Yo, check this out. San Miami and AC in your sight. That's what I'm talking about. We on the line tonight. Yeah. It must be Friday night, huh? Check it, right? Thought brokers on the air. It gotta be Friday night. You know AC and Sam Miami. Every take come tight. They come correct with the true crime. Cut through the hype. If you ain't tapped in yet, you behind on sight. They got the news, got the facts. Every angle they glean. Thought brokers breaking down true crime coats in between. Story veterans, seasoned voices sitting the scene. They've been cooking up these cases for a hot minute clean. If there was trophies for getting lit and still going live, they sweep the whole award show. Every medal, all five. Buzz brain, sharp tape, still the logic survive. They keep it honest, keep it raw, keep the madness alive. And it's not only news, it's the jokes that they choose. Words are hard. One-star strip clubs, they review the rules. Very passionate rundowns on them toys you can use. Amazon confessionals, pick a product and use. Alex murder, OJ headlines, Gypsy Rose in the file, twin flame scammers, Menendez on the case profile. People kidnapped, hoodwinked with a digital smile, scammed and straight up whack. It's in the docket on trial. They don't matter, the fatter that the storyline stack, the better payoff in the end when they're running it back. They break it down frame by frame, every detail intact. Never slack, never clock out, they stay on the attack. Let's act. Sam, I am in AC. Sam, I am in AC. That perspective is key. Perfect duo to make you look and actually see all the bad in the world, all the rot underneath. From the killers to the monsters living right down the street. They ain't stuck on pretty phrases. They don't dance round facts. Ain't too many extra fillers when they talk on the acts. They just lay it how it is, how these villains react. Bang, bang, case closed, bodies vanish on track. What about coke? They got that every chapter and song. From the quiet gated suburbs to the doctrines gone wrong. When the power and obsession run insanely strong. They call it twisted out, tell you why it's been wrong. So long. Somewhere out there is a system that keeps letting it slide. Whole towns look the other way, just protecting the pride. But the brokers pull receipts, bring the truth to the light. Name the patterns that repeat when the money's in sight. Probably best in the world at exposing the scheme. So sit down, let the feed roll. Welcome into the stream. One of the best boy-girl tag teams you ever have seen. Pulling threads on every case till the motives are clean. Words are hard, yeah, Sam, but you still land tough. Hard as hell, but you spin them when the topics are rough. Might laugh at the stumbles when the phrasing is scuffed, but the insight stays sharp and the research enough. Yeah, AC, yo, where you at? Light the vibe, set the scene. Joints, blunts, gummies line, keep the stress off the screen. Beer, vodka, or some whiskey while they comb through the mean. Say it with me, pour it up, keep the conscience clean. Thought brokers, name ringing every feed that you see. Sam I am and AC, bring the oddities free. Thought brokers, where the thoughts and the brain waves agree. Thoughts and brain matter, that's the only real currency. Thought brokers bring the weirdest little crime to your door. From the headlines to the footnotes you ain't heard before. They entangle all the rumors, leave the truth at the core. Every Friday, different rabbit hole to fall and explore. Yeah. Thought brokers pick a platform, they already on it. From the phone in your hand to the screen where you want it. They lace a random fact, drop a gem, make you ponder upon it. Put a feather in your bonnet with the way that they flaunt it. And if you hate one-star strip club reviews they spit, then you ain't home, you off base. You ain't built for this wit, far from it. Wrong stomach for the jokes that they fit. They stay blunt, never filter, they just let that drip. Thought brokers, Sam I am and AC on track. They don't censor for the comfort, they refuse to pull back. They don't always see it equal, they'll collide in the fact. But that tension be the engine keeping every show packed. Not just hanging out on Friday doing gummies and joints. They dissecting every angle, put a case in the point. Friday nights turn forensic and they sharpen the oints. Every time stamp marked up with the clues in the joints. Thought brokers, hit the follow, like and share what you find. Drop a comment, hit subscribe, keep them front of your mind. Yo, Sam I am AC, let the storyline climb. Grip that mic, y'all. Thought brokers on time. Thought brokers on time. Sam I am AC, keep the truth in the rhyme. Friday night, tune in, let it sharpen your mind. Thought brokers sign off. Till the next deep dive. Grind. It right. Yo, turn the microphone up. Yeah.
All right.
That's enough of that. That's enough.
I
of
know. Well, I don't know why it didn't switch right away, but
That was a bit indulgent. 4 minutes on a I was like, you know
I
what?
kind of love it though. Lets people come in, get on our on the live. It's a
Word.
fucking sweet ass fucking song
It
too.
is. It's fucking sweet.
I
I did
mean,
a.
you're pretty awesome at that shit.
Thanks, bro.
No, you
You're
are.
awesome.
I mean,
Just released a song. Right. If I wasn't so pressed for time, I would have released the second song today onto the Telegram channel.
right. I mean,
But,
you are just churning them. The inspiration has hit.
it is well.
Yes.
I don't imagine. I have a lot more time on my hands.
Yes. Yes.
You know. So that was a catalyst, and also you got to be in a certain place in your. I don't know about anybody else, but for me to write things that matter at all, you have to kind of be in pain. You know what I mean? So
Pain or joy. I mean, sometimes
I've never written.
you've never written for joy.
In fact, I was in a different position with my band, right? About 10, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
With my band, and we had a rehearsal studio. We were. I had a girlfriend. Things were good. I was gainfully employed, Miami, blah blah whatever.
Yeah.
And the songs were okay. I like it. We made for what the amount of rehearsal that we did, I think I should have been better. But
Sure.
again, Cataclysm hits. Now it's like and it's like no band, like by myself.
No,
So,
I mean they're fucking bangers.
cool. Yeah,
They are.
I have So the Telegram channel has like 50 songs on there already.
Yeah, they are bangers. They're really great.
If you like that kind of stuff. But yeah, welcome to Thought Brokers. We were just having a conversation like you guys weren't here.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what we do, right?
That's what we do. Okay, kind of, but the structure is real.
It is.
Today we're thinking about not revamping, but strengthening, tightening the bolts of the show, because there's so much information to get to, and I feel like there's only 2 hours to get it to with. So
Yes.
tightening the bolts and just behind the scenes stuff where you may or may not. I think hopefully, I mean, it's ultimately for them. May be able to see the difference.
I'm sure the difference will be seen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tonight, this is weird, right? So this is number 8, right? We're the 8th.
Yeah.
Thought Brokers. Congratulations. We're almost at 10. At 10, we have to have a party. Maybe
Yeah.
a cookie, or maybe pizza. Maybe cookie.
Pizza.
Pizza. Maybe pizza. Maybe cookies. I don't know. So it's, there's a Netflix documentary, Samantha, called "Don't Pick Up the Phone," right? And it's
Yes.
And you saw this, and
Yeah. Dave and I watched this Sunday or Monday night. I can't remember which night it was, but we watched it and we were like, holy shit. We watched the whole thing in one night. I think it might have been Sunday night. And we were like, holy shit. And initially I was like, this would be perfect for Thought Brokers because it brings up so many fucking questions of what would you do?
Mind. Yeah. What at what point isn't enough, right?
Yes, exactly. I mean, yeah, so many fucking questions that I can't wait to delve into. So
yeah, so let's get right into it. So let's ask a question, right? One of the things we're gonna implement now is called the broker thesis, right? The thesis, the overarching theme of tonight, right?
yes.
And it's not a question. We ask those at the end of segments, but in the beginning, I think it's important to make a statement, and only one of us is going to do it. Right. So I'm going to say that the most dangerous authority is one that we never verify.
Agreed.
That makes sense? The most dangerous authority is the one that never gets verified because you have no idea who that is. And here, in the first part of what we're going to talk about, when the voice becomes a badge, right? Let's take it from the beginning, right? So tonight's story is not really about a phone call, even though it kind of is. The phone matters, obviously, but it allowed one person to enter a dozen workspaces without ever walking through a door. And the havoc that they wreaked was incredible. And I was taken aback. This is crazy.
Yes.
And it's just a psychological kind of horror that you think like, whoa, that isn't even, that's impossible. I would have heard of that, right? This happened between 1994 and 2004. Okay. The phone was a delivery system, but the real weapon was authority. So, more specifically, it was the appearance of authority. So, a confident voice, the right vocabulary, a believable accusation, a person claiming that they represent the police or some kind of Leo or something like that. That was just enough. So, no uniform, no badge, no police car outside, no impersonating an officer, no red, white, and blues, no written order, no face to look at, no warrant, nothing. No, I'm an officer, or people say, they're just going to say yes. If people are just going to be like, hey, I'm an officer of the law over the phone, and you're going to be like, okay, I do what you say. That's all that really had to happen. So people began obeying when these certain restaurants were getting targeted. So that makes this case completely uncomfortable and different than any other case we've ever done in 2 years, right?
Yes.
And it forces us to confront the possibility that ordinary people can just be persuaded to participate in like really extraordinary, weird things of cruelty. So the Milgram Project, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, right? The Milgram Project is just that. It's a psychological social experiment that it just puts people in a position to make a decision, and they usually make the wrong one or the cruel one.
Or they make the decision based on the authority figure saying you need to do this.
Right.
So here's what's going on.
In most cases,
I've been giving a direction, and I'm going to make this even though I feel like it's wrong, I'm going to go with it.
The boot on your neck. Like people enjoy boots on their neck, and we're just conditioned to it, right? There's a higher authority. We're nothing. Somebody's going to tell me what to do at one point. That's not, that's far from what we're supposed to think. So it forces us to confront a possibility that ordinary people are persuaded to participate in extraordinary cruelty without believing they are cruel. So you're the hero of your own story. So you're never going to believe that, I'm not cruel, not me. I'm as benevolent. Why do you make me do this? I'm a wife beater. Why do you make me do this? Right. So they don't wake up planning to hurt somebody, but I think it's called stochastic terrorism. So if I was to say, Sam, God, I wish, it's like, let's say we had 3 million followers, and I said, God, darn it, I wish that someone would just, fucking Alec Baldwin was dead. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, God, I just wish it, and I said it every day. Sam, welcome to Thought Brokers. I wish Alec Baldwin was dead. Blah, 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 blah. And then someone did that because I said it. I'm not literally saying, hey, Paul from Minnesota, go do this.
Truth.
What I'm saying is like, man, my followers, God, I wish somebody was gone. And that's stochastic terrorism. So they believe responsibility belongs to the person giving the order. So they'll do whatever because that guy told me to. So the caller understood something very dark about the human behavior, and authority does not always need proof. Sometimes it only needs confidence, which is half the time I've ever gotten a chick. Confidence. Period.
Right.
Period.
Confidence is half the battle, right? Or 90% of it. So tonight we're going to be discussing Netflix's Don't Pick Up the Phone. It's a documentary examining one of the strangest and most disturbing criminal cases in modern America. And I've already said it. Dave and I watched this and went, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
and you folks listening tonight are going to think the same thing. So for years, a man called restaurants, grocery stores, and other businesses pretending to be a police officer. All he did was pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm a cop. You got to listen to what I'm doing here. He usually contacted a manager, a person of authority within the restaurant, grocery store, or other business.
Can I talk to the manager?
He would claim that a young female employee, or even just a young employee, it wasn't always females, but majority female, had committed the crime. A vague description, small, petite, blonde or dark or brown hair, depending on the day, and usually there was someone fitting the bill, right? And they said he would go, maybe she had stolen a purse, maybe she had taken money, maybe the customer accused her of something. The details changed frequently or between each restaurant or each call. The structure did not. It was always the same. Let me describe vaguely someone that's probably working under your tutelage.
Right.
And you're going to go, oh, I think it's this person. Somebody's going to fit the bill on the shift. And then let's go from there. So the caller would describe someone just accurately enough, as I just said, to make the accusation sound real. Then he would tell the manager that the police were busy. We have time enough to call, but we're busy. And in the meantime, he needed the manager to cooperate with an investigation. That word matters. Cooperate.
Right. You're now a part of the force.
Right. So now I'm going, hey, I need you, buddy. We're gonna do this together.
Yeah,
I will
special
walk you
mission.
through it. You have, this authority because I've given it to you over the phone. Because he didn't begin by asking anyone to commit an assault. He began by asking them to help. Is why I think, and we'll go through this more, but I think that's why some people took the bait. He asked managers to bring the employee into the office. Okay, that seems benign and
Sure.
reasonable, right?
I mean, until somebody says detain them, because you can't do that.
Right. Well, to keep them there, maybe. I mean, we got to ask. Now search their belongings. Okay, well, that's fair if somebody's being accused in somewhat of a way. Fair if you're being accused of stealing. Let me see. Check your pockets. But then it gets kind of weird because then he asked to remove items of clothing. And eventually, in some cases, to do things that should have immediately been recognized as abusive, degrading, and criminal.
Wow.
So, I mean, seriously, thinking about this, okay, you get a call, it's the cops. Hey, we're busy, but why don't you come in or bring this person in? I'll stay on the phone with you, ask them if anything happened. See if they'll admit to it. Said person goes, nope, wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do that. Okay, you search their belongings because, people lie. And then their pockets, but to remove their clothing, I don't know.
That's a bit too far. So immediately I'd be like, I can't detain someone. Right. Nowadays, in 94, maybe it doesn't sound like 74 though, or 64. Like I feel like that's then what happened then?
I mean, we lived through the 90s. I mean, you and I mean, we were in our
The Wild
formative
West?
years,
Like,
We were in
detain
our
that person.
teenage
I
years.
will detain that person for you. I work for the cops now. I'm
Right.
a cop. Like, I don't know. To a certain extent, yeah, but I don't know.
Raw Live does say going on for decades, and then green hair. Yes, I have green hair.
Green hair.
It matches my nails.
Yeah. Bam. Bam.
Boom.
So, all right. So, okay. So the question is hanging over the entire documentary, right? So the question is how? How does an adult hear instructions and continue like a child, if you will? Like, not even a child. A child is more, it gives more pushback than this, right?
I think so, yes.
I don't want to do that. Take a shower. I don't want to. Okay, fine. Don't take a fucking shower. So
It's not fair. I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. And I want to be clean. How about that? How does somebody who probably considers themselves a decent participant in something so obviously wrong, so it's obviously wrong to do these things, taking it from the jump, right? To detain someone is illegal. To remove their clothing is illegal. To the things that are obviously going to happen later on are definitely legal. How many justifications do you have to give yourself, right? So the easiest way to say is like they were stupid or they were just monsters, but that answer protects us, right? It puts us like a wall between us and them. Like that means we can never be them, right? Which I'm not a big proponent of. Even in music, I write from an observer's perspective. I'm never telling people what to do. People hate that, and yeah, it allows people to believe that there's unique like something defective about them, that that's why they complied. But what if there wasn't? Like, what if there was? just you and me. What if God was one of us? You know, what if the caller was exploiting psychological machinery that exists in almost everyone? So here's the scary part, gang. Okay, you're not exempt from this. Neither am I. Neither is Sam. We might be doing it next week. You don't know. So everybody has fear of authority, fear of being blamed. Yay, you found the right show. Just look for the green hair and the white beard.
Right.
So everybody has an overall arching that is not exempt from anyone is fear of authority, fear of being blamed, fear of interfering in an investigation is huge. The instinct to finish what we start, the tendency to obey once we have already obeyed once. So in for a penny, in for a pound, right? Like you are
right.
You know, I'm pot committed. I've bet too much. I bet at the flop, the turn, and now I got it. The rivers. I got to go all in.
Now I got to just see it through. Right. Yeah.
So, not true, guys. You can always fold. It's bullshit.
You can.
So,
yeah, and you should.
So, that's a Vegas thing.
Gotta
Don't do that.
know when
right.
to hold them.
Gotta know when to hold them. Chicken. That's Kenny Rogers.
Know when to
Kenny
walk
Rogers
away. Know when to run. Yes, it is Kenny Rogers.
All right. Well, Kenny Rogers chicken.
Oh.
Kenny Rogers chicken. So the tendency, it exponentially, like more likely you will obey again if you already obeyed just because you're in. And the real subject tonight, which is not simply what happened, but why people kept going, which is the most baffling fucking thing I've ever seen in my life, how you cannot put the brakes on that.
Right.
So either this is a phenomenon or that guy is a mentalist, the person that was making the phone calls. He knew something critically fundamental about the human brain.
I agree. I mean, blew my fucking mind. So a critical fact is actually more than 70 businesses reportedly received calls following a similar pattern over roughly a decade. This was not one confused manager making one terrible decision.
Right.
It was a repeatable method.
Horrible enough.
This guy went, this worked once. I'm going to continue to do it. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to try again. Right.
The epitome of supervillain, right? The guy's like, mwah, mwah,
right. Seriously.
Because he's not even doing the shit. He's not even getting the grapes.
This
he's
is
not even getting
like
nothing.
Puppet Master.
Right.
You know what I mean? Pulling the strings on over a phone. Yeah. Yeah. That reminds me of Bye Bye Bye.
Bye Bye Bye.
Yeah. No, different businesses, different employees, different managers, but the same outcome every time.
Yeah.
And that repetition, it's insane to me. But the repetition is important because once something works repeatedly, we cannot explain it away as one unusual personality.
Right. I think that's the crux of it. The crux is that we can't explain it away if we do it twice. Once it's like, I'm sorry, but mentally we're like, how can I say that?
Yeah. Fool me once, shame on me, or shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Fool me thrice.
Right. So the caller found a weakness in the structure of workplaces themselves. Managers are trained to take charge. So cop calls or supposed cop calls, and the manager goes, "Oh shit, not my fucking employee.
Yeah, not on my shift.
Not on my watch. Yeah, let me bring this person in." Right. Employees are trained to comply with said manager. I mean, we're going to take orders. We're going to, do what they say. They're an authority figure and sometimes mentors, depending on the situation. But, if you're a teenager, you're going to look at them as if they're, a parent or whatever. Businesses are trained to cooperate with the police.
You will respect my authority.
Right. Now I can't get that out of my head.
Respect my authority.
Also, people working long shifts are often tired, distracted, and under pressure. Like, okay, I've got this fucking phone call. I got to fucking figure it out. I've got 10 people standing in line. There's 50 burgers that I need to flip and get out. I still have to make money and do my job. And now I have to handle this too.
And my pregnant fry cook called in. Right,
exactly.
What a bitch.
Fucking.
What a bitch.
Fucking whore. No, joking.
No judgment here.
She didn't have that fucking morning sickness. We'd be fine. No, so then suddenly someone claiming to be law enforcement introduces this crisis. Again, everything's fucking happening at once. If anybody's worked a fast food chain or, anything like that, you understand that there are busy times of day. There's, you always have to, be producing and obviously you don't want one of your employees stealing from your customers, right?
Because ultimately they're making you look bad as the manager because you don't know what your inventory is and
exactly
what your money is. You're going to get canned. It's not going to be me. It's going to be you.
Right. So there's no time to think. There's no lawyer in the room. There's no written policy sitting on open on the desk. You're just taking things as they come. And again, to be fair, between 94 and 2004, the internet was brand baby new. You know what I mean? Pretty much nobody had access to it until, later in the 90s, not nobody, but it wasn't. Everybody didn't have it like we do now. We don't have them on our phones. Things like that. But it's just really a voice saying, this is serious. You need to act now. Do not let this person leave.
Should I do what somebody on the phone says to do? I'm a manager at McDonald's. But
if you think about it, the technology that we have today is not what was back then. I mean, 2004, 2006 was like when MySpace started, right? When was that? You know what I mean? Things like that were brand new.
I've had this YouTube channel. Some people are watching it on for 19 years.
That's insane.
19 years. 2006.
Yeah. So, just to think about it that way, it's not like, I get a fucking spam fucking text on my phone now or a phone call and I'm like, fuck you, hang up or delete and report as junk. Back then, I think we weren't as conditioned to see the insidious nature of people.
We didn't have an Oracle.
Right. Agreed.
So we didn't have like a handheld, like the thing from Star Trek that everybody wanted.
We have a comm. Yeah.
Stardate. ChatGPT.
Agreed.
So and there's no urgency in the verification. There's no urgency in the verification because am I at the right spot? Yeah, right. When people feel like they have time, they ask questions, right? And then people feel rushed. They look for instructions. The caller created the urgency first, which is the urgency. Who initiates it is the one who really drives the conversation. And so the caller created urgency first, and like I said, and then he presented himself as a solution immediately. People still use MySpace. That is true, Raw Live, absolutely. Which is incredible to me. Because what the fuck? Like, I want a MySpace. Can we go there now?
I have never used it after Facebook became
Is it going to play my song? First of all, can I get my old account back? What happened to my account?
You might be able to if you have that same email and can remember shit.
I do not. I don't think you made it. Did you make it with an email? I don't think you did.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Did you make MySpace with an email?
Yeah, pretty sure.
How about that book you're writing?
I'm pretty sure that's all we had back then. It's not like we put it in our phones.
But I remember
it was on our desktops.
Remember the day that they were like, it's prodigy.com or AOL.com? But do you remember the day that Gmail came out? And it was like a big deal. It was like, it's invite only.
I don't remember when Gmail came out, to be honest. I remember AOL. Back in the day, my dad worked for the phone company, and I think I was probably 15 or 16. We had it earlier than when I was 15 or 16, but we had, AOL before like any of my friends ever had it. And I remember getting in chat rooms and, fucking creepy old guys were like, age, sex, and location and not even thinking about it. You'd be like, I'm 16 and I'm a female and I'm in Nebraska. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And how many times did I was like, as a 15-year-old kid sitting at the chat rooms, entertain 41-year-old men as women.
Right. I mean,
I could say I'm anything.
the wild, wild west back
Yeah.
in the day of the
Yeah.
internet. You know what I mean?
Melissa, 21,
Right.
to ski. I don't know.
Right.
Sure.
It's
Whatever.
okay.
All right, whatever. So,
It's safe.
yeah,
It's
fucked
fine.
up.
Go hang
So
out on
fucked
it.
up. MySpace.
It'll tie up your phone line forever. And if somebody picks up the phone,
I had better luck on MySpace than any other site. It's true. Because you know why? Because you had your fucking your song on there, dude. As soon as they click on your page, I know that you like Young Guns or whatever. You know, like Blazing Saddles, or whatever your favorite song was back then. Mine was. Yours was.
back in 2000, when was it? 2006 when that came out?
No,
Roundabout.
No, it was before that.
What? MySpace?
It died. It died. We were just talking about this case, and then we got derailed by Raw Live, but it's okay.
I know. Jesus Christ.
It's okay. We have a lot to get to, but now I need to know what MySpace is all about.
2003.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, motherfucker.
MySpace.
I don't even remember putting a song up there. I do.
MySpace?
I also remember I was married and when I first got onto MySpace, I was married to my second husband, and I had littles. And I remember an old flame reaching out to me through that and getting me in trouble with my current husband, or my husband at the time, because they were like, "I've loved you forever." And I'm like, I didn't ask for this. What is this thing that
That's
everybody
true.
can see?
It's true what he said. He had to use a scanner to share pics.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that was fucking crazy. And if you had a scanner and you were like uploading pics to your page, you were balling.
Right.
Balling.
Yeah,
Okay.
you couldn't just fucking snap a pic with your phone.
No, what phone?
Texting was barely a thing back then.
With your Motorola Razr?
And you had to fucking pay per text.
You did. Oh my God.
Unless you had an unlimited plan.
I never had a sidekick. I never had that.
Oh, I did at one point.
You had a sidekick? The thing was just like fucking
Yeah.
T-Mobile.
Funny, quick side story. I bought one for my oldest daughter when she was, I don't know, probably 13. And I went into Verizon and said, "Hey, I need an unlimited plan because back then it wasn't everybody's unlimited on text.
No.
I need an unlimited plan because she's a teenager." And they were like, "Yep, this is great." The first fucking bill I got was astronomical because they forgot to put it on there. I'm like, "You motherfuckers.
Sons of bitches. I told you fucking unlimited.
Did you not think this child,
You
went
owe
in
us
there for a
100
specific reason."
million dollars. Yeah, no, I do not. So fuck that, right?
Right.
And MySpace is real. And here is. Did you ever wonder how to get your old MySpace? I'm gonna bless them. Check this out. Captions, and then we're gonna go ticker, paste, and then add. Look at this, guys.
Oh
right
my goodness.
That right here is going to be the time machine where you can actually grab that. I don't know, pause it, whatever.
Right. Figure it out.
Take a picture with ChatGPT, right?
Right.
And then, which is what I do always. Take a picture with ChatGPT and then tell them I want to go there, and that's how that's how you see your old.
Oh
your old
my
thing.
goodness.
Yep. MySpace.com, your MySpace URL. Yeah. So anyway, that's how you do it. I wanted to bless the old people. So.
All right.
I think it was Brian McKnight.
One last cry.
Okay,
I couldn't tell you back then what it was for me.
Oh man, I was just trying to put my fingers in people.
We were very young.
In people. Okay, so let me get down to this part here. Oh, why do you keep doing that? That's not cool. Okay, thank you. So, I think I stopped right here where it says like the urgency and all of that. Wow, it doesn't let me go down here. What's wrong? Oh.
I think we were obedience is the safest path.
Yeah, it just doesn't let me go down there because it's actually narrating. It's hearing me narrate and it's typing, so it wouldn't let me go down. Yeah.
That's fun.
Okay. So, people are rushed. The caller creates the urgency. Oh my God, it moved again. Look at the Google Doc. It's going crazy.
It's not on my end.
dictation. I need to take dictation. It's going to save that way. That's the thing. It's going to suck. Okay, so I don't want dictation. Thank you. How do I take this off? Like mode. Standard. I don't know. Standard. Sure. All right, fuck. So,
Raw Life said best phone ever. Free nights and weekends.
bro,
The sidekick. That was a fucking thing too.
free nights and weekends, you're like waiting for night to happen.
You're like, hold on, it's past 7 o'clock. I'm good.
So I'm not
So
going to be
the
able to
old
use this
smell
Google Doc.
test. Okay.
I'm not going to be able to use this Google Doc because I have to put my cursor on something. So this is so fucked up.
Can you click into it again?
Oh my god, this is insane. I have to choose between the microphone and like the Google Doc. It's nuts. The things that happen to me, man.
That's
I swear
crazy
to God, I
because
swear to
I'm
God.
using both and I'm fine.
But you're not on dictation. I like to when I speak to my computer and then I can't take it off. So
Oh,
man, when you take over again, I'll do it. So
okay.
so look,
So we're close.
yeah. So why don't you just do the last part
I'll
there
just
for me?
yeah,
I
yeah.
apologize.
So so again, obedience would be the safest path in that respect. That's what people think. So think about it. The most dangerous authority is the one we never verify. We've said it at the beginning, at the top of the show. We're going to say it now. I mean, that is going to be the crux of this show and what we're going to deep dive into. And before we get deeper into the case, AC and to me,
Yes, ma'am.
what was your first reaction when you were watching this documentary or reading about it?
I couldn't believe it.
Right.
I couldn't believe it because it's so specifically like something that you just wouldn't. I don't know. Would we fall for it today? And that was a little bit unbelievable to me. If you would told me like turn of the century, it just seems so antiquated. Like something that, like hello, yeah, how many people have a phone? I
Right.
don't know,
And how
10
many people
people?
are going
Yeah,
to answer
call
said
number 5.
phone? Now, well, I mean, you're
And
going to
then
answer the phone at the
during-
store. You always are. You know, I mean,
Right.
there's going to be a landline for whatever business it may be. I I would like to think at I don't know, back then I would have gone fuck off, click. You know what I mean?
Right. And the click, right.
When
Yeah.
Dave and I were watching this watching the documentary, we were like, are you fucking kidding me? Why are they doing this? Especially with
Why are you
the
dumb?
lengths
Why are you
that
so
we'll
stupid?
discuss in a bit of where it
Yeah,
went,
incredulous,
especially with the
incredulous.
one case. So
Incredulous.
were you angry at the caller? Yeah,
No.
absolutely.
I was so angry.
Or the
I was
managers?
so fucking angry at the guy. Oh my god! I mean, I wasn't as after a while. I wasn't as angry at the caller because now I realize why you did it because you can.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not as mad as the person going, "Yup, okay, you want okay, okay." Like, what?
Right?
What the fuck are you doing? What you know?
I was so mad at the callers or sorry, not the caller. I was mad
No,
at the
the-
caller as well, but I was so mad
mean,
at the managers and
Do you think the caller was like this?
right.
Okay, now.
Well,
okay,
and,
now.
and then you can hear what's going on in the background, but also, I mean, and we'll get into more of it, but I feel like, I mean, this had to have been a kink or something, right? Hi, I am Dave's brother. But, or also,
Pointy.
did you find yourself trying to understand how the managers could possibly believe him?
Yes. All of it was incredulous to me. The fact that they fell for it, the beginning is fine because hi, it's the police department and it's confident tone and you are exuding the presence that you want to have. You're leading
Right.
the conversation in sales. I understand that. Sure. To the point where, but at one point, like, okay, now do specifically, like, you cannot detain anyone.
No.
That's not like, everyone knows that. I can't stop you or Donnie or anybody from leaving anywhere. Donnie would hit me, right? And I would expect him to. So if you can't detain someone, they're right there. That
But-
logic.
Okay,
snaps
but
right
think
there.
about
So
it
what's-
as okay. So, as the manager, you already have this authority, and you're imposing it on a teenage girl or boy because there was a couple of
It's
instances in
teenage.
Massachusetts where it happened to boys.
On top of it, it's children.
Yeah. But they're
You know?
teenagers, so they're almost legal, right?
Right. Right.
But you're imposing this authority, and if you think about the mindset of the mid '90s to early 2000s, it's I'm the authority figure. You're going to do what I say. Blah blah blah. Now you have
This
a
is how
bigger
we do
authority figure
it.
coming in and going, you need to do this, and I'm going. You've got to think.
It's middle management, like the
Yeah.
middle management problem. It's like I have authority, but I don't have a lot of authority, and I want to
But
get
now
more
I feel
authority.
like the fucking man, right?
Right.
Right.
Right. Now I helped them. You're part of the squad,
Yeah.
bro. You made the bust of a bust of the 15-year-old kid stealing what?
A couple
Right,
dollars
so-
out of her purse, but if you know your employees, and that's kind of where my brain went. If you know your employees, the one that was kind of the main focus of this documentary, that girl was there to make money because her mom had cancer and she had to support her family and do all the things. And I mean, if you look at your employees and you actually know them, would you actually think that they did that? I mean, to me, that is where
It wouldn't work in a smaller town because everybody knows each other.
I mean, I
you
think
know?
it did work in smaller towns more so
I
than
mean, how small were these towns?
fairly small. This was in Kentucky, the McDonald's
Kentucky. I
one.
know that one's small.
It was a fairly
Yeah.
small town. Even the sheriff there knew the girl's dad and all the things.
Maybe that came out wrong. Like, I guess I want to ask, like, well, if it was a city,
Mhm.
what would the same result, or do you think there'd be more street smart?
I
about it?
think, to be fair, I think they would be more street smart about it. I think they would go.
I'd be like, nah, bro.
And I also,
All right.
I think what the caller did was go, I'm gonna call 100 fucking people,
We're gonna play the
and
numbers.
some of them or
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean.
We're gonna play.
If 10 of them agree, now I've got, I still win. I'm gonna get hung
Right.
up on probably. It's the same thing
Yeah.
as telemarketing. Fucking
If
smile
you
and
make- if
dial.
you
If
make
they sell
10
you, no,
calls,
you fucking you rebuttal until they hang up, and if they do, you
It's
fucking
the
call somebody
fucking-
else.
It's science.
Yeah.
Science. If 9 people hang up, the 10th person
Yeah.
will get it. There's no
I mean,
question.
it really is just that.
It really is. It's just that.
So
So
when you hear a person speaking of confidence and using official language, how quickly do you think people begin filling in the missing proof for themselves?
immediately. People love boots on their neck. People love it. They love it. They will.
Well,
They will
I think-
absolutely.
I think a lot of people want to people please. There's a lot of people pleasers out there. I think that
Yeah.
when somebody says this is it, I'm the authority figure, whatever, I'm going to go, it wasn't me. You know what I mean? And let me help
Sure,
you get
because
the person that it was.
Because that automatically absolves you.
Mm-hmm.
That statement is supposed to absolve you. Like, well, I'm in charge. Well, okay, great. So tell me what to do.
Exactly.
This is on you if it doesn't work out. But that's a psychological thing,
Yes.
right? So that's a major part of this. And the caller did not provide a badge. The caller did not provide a police station identification number. The listener imagined the station. Okay. He did not prove that the officers were coming.
In fact,
So-
he was like, hold on, we're busy. They can either,
Yeah.
he gave them an option. You can either come
Make
down
an
to the
appointment.
station or you can do this.
Could you
In that
imagine?
respect, wouldn't you just go, okay, I'll just send him down to the station.
Bulls.
I'll take him myself.
Bulls. I can't because they got burgers coming out.
Regardless, you got to have
So,
an assistant,
plus-
right?
Plus the Milgram scientific experiment says it all. Somebody who's this middle management problem. I don't have a lot of authority. I always wanted to be the big boss, but I have a little bit. I have a taste of it.
Right.
I worked hard enough to have a taste of it, and now I need more. It's like they're drunk on the little power that they have. They're drunk on the worst, like more fucking Johnny Walker Red. It's the worst. So the listener completed the picture by himself. Right? He squared the circle because he needed to. That's how brains work. We love puzzles, but
We
we
like
don't
to
solve
fill
them.
in the blanks too, though.
And we like to be part of the team. Guys. I get a badge too, right? And then the caller supplied the voice. The victim supplied the authority. Okay. So I'm going to ask a question to the audience right now, and I'd love for this to flood like rivers of Capistrano with an honest question, right? Be honest. How many people watching believe that they would have hung up immediately?
Right.
And how many people have ever followed an instruction because one person giving it sounded like they knew more than they did? So has there ever been something like that in your life where you're like, oh, shit, you sound like you know what you're doing, buddy. Let me go ahead and do whatever you want. And would you have hung up? I mean, I think
I know I would have. I'm always one to.
What I know now.
No, I know that I would have hung up. Because I'm always one who goes, that's not fair. This doesn't seem right. I'm going to critically think. But, you know, I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
I mean, we're Monday morning quarterback, but yeah, of
Right.
course, we want to say yes. It just makes sense.
I will be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. So don't move on. Just maybe kind of talk about what, whatever. There's been a couple comments too. So I will.
I got it. Bye, Sam. So, yeah, we have a couple of fun activities for the show. It's going to make it a lot more interactive and really cool. We're working on it today. Like we're going to add the thesis like we did today, where it's one of us is going to say a statement, like a hot take, if you will. But it's called a thesis. You know, that way we sound smart. But there's a whole bunch of stuff in the works, including so there's going to be like critical facts. You know, we're going to say some critical facts, and then psychology corner, which is like when we really hone down on a guy or a gal that's really lost their mind. True crime connection, which is like a comparison when it's relevant, you know, and open discussions, a lot more of those. So we're gonna have a whole lot of bullet points for you guys to participate on. So tell your friends.
Yes, thank you for taking care of that. I've drank a lot of water tonight.
I never shut up, mommy. I never shut up.
You're the best.
Like you taught me.
All right. So now we're going to kind of talk about the staircase of compliance here. So the caller's method depended on progression. He didn't begin with the most extreme demand. It was very benign. He built toward it. So first, bring the employee into the office. That sounds plausible. Easy enough.
We can do that. And let me interject here. It's true. If it would have been from the bottom all the way to the highest, and then that's when you get hung up on a higher clip. Madness is a staircase.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is
Yeah. So I mean, bring the employee to the office sounds plausible. The manager might do that during any workplace investigation. So now what? Then ask about the accusation. Still plausible. I've got a cop on the phone. They said you stole said purse or money or $50 or whatever it may be. Now you search their pockets. Search her purse. Okay, again, still fairly plausible.
You can't do that, but okay.
I mean, you know,
whatever. Sure.
In the progression of things, they're going, okay, well, this seems still a little benign, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you check whether they have stolen property. Each instruction moves slightly beyond the one before. Then their requests become more invasive.
Hence the staircase.
Search their clothing.
Search them. What is it? Fucking search the crevices. What are the cavities? Open them up.
Right. Then remove an item of clothing. Check underneath it.
We're playing strip poker over here. So I lost.
Remove more clothing. Again, at this point, I'm going, no, I will send them down and we'll have a female officer or, you know what I mean, do this. This does not seem right to me.
Because look, even at that point, if you're doing it to a female and you're a male, what's worse? This lawsuit that we're about to engage in or the one that I'm not going to help them get? You know what I'm saying? So at that point, what are you weighing? That seems dumb to me.
Then you keep them from leaving. Again, they remove more clothing. You keep them from leaving. Bring another adult
Right.
into the room.
Restrain them.
You continue
bring
to
another
follow
adult to the gangbang.
instructions, which is again asinine. Asinine.
Another bukkake participant.
By the time the situation becomes unmistakably abusive, the people involved have already completed several earlier steps. So again, like we talked about, you're doubling down. You're not folding. You're gonna fucking see it to the end, even though you're gonna fucking lose your fucking house.
Close the fucking loop. I want to close this loop.
Right. They are no longer deciding whether to participate. They're deciding whether to stop participating. And that's when, and psychology, in psychology, those are two very different decisions. Am I going to continue or am I going to stop? If I say stop, if I'm going to stop, what is that? What are the repercussions on me now? And I think that could have, but again,
the runaway train idea.
Right.
It's like, well, I can't stop it now. It's, I can't go under 50 miles an hour. My heart will explode or whatever speed was. Well, yeah. Do some more cocaine or whatever. So,
it's fun.
Okay. All right, Sandra Bullock, I will. Sandy Bullock, try me. So yeah, I mean, you're totally right. So starting something requires one decision, and stopping it requires admitting that every previous decision was wrong. So that's the problem. It was a cascade effect. If I put the brakes on, all those people in the back fly forward through the window. And those are my decisions. Now, this is so much easier. Not because you can hit it all the way to the end. You just bash them, and then we're all gonna hit the wall together. I think that's what I got, right? So, so they have detained this. So imagine the manager after the first few instructions. Okay, so they have her detained as an employee. They haven't accused her. They have searched her belongings. So they've detained her. They've accused her to search her belongings. So far, they have ordered her to comply. At that point, hanging up doesn't simply end the call. Like there's more happening, right? Now he's gonna be left with the bag.
Right.
Think about it. All right. Now I have a traumatized girl with no clothes on in my McDonald's.
Right.
So like, I can't think of anything sexier.
And I don't know if this comes up later, but one of the things that they did initially after having her take off her clothes was they were instructed to take her keys out to her car so that if she was to have to leave or was to leave, she had to walk through the restaurant naked. Keys and clothes. Sorry. Picked up the keys and the fucking clothes and said, we're going to put them in your car for later.
And they obviously did this during working hours.
I mean, it was a busy time of day. Yeah.
Yeah. I need 4 Big Macs. What are you doing naked here? Why are you naked? So, all right. They've ordered to comply. They have so hanging up is a lot more complicated than what it seems. At this point, just hang up, bro. Well, now you got to deal with Cindy. You traumatized her. So, everything was wrong up to that point, and it makes you confront a bunch of possibilities. If he's not a police officer, what have I just done? Is the question, right? If he has to ask the prior question, this one becomes relevant. And then you're like, oh my God, what have I done? He has to face something head on that he didn't just have. He's not equipped to handle that. So nobody is. And so instead of confronting the possibility that the mind begins defending the decision. So this is the wonderful world of cognitive dissonance, right? Like, I'm going to defend my position here because I'm so right and entrenched in what I've done. I can't possibly go backwards. That's unforgivable.
The very definition of digging your heels in, or,
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, come on. So he sounds legitimate, right? You got to start thinking to yourself, like, he sounds legitimate. He knows the details of this person. Who would do this? I've already gone this far. Surely he must be real. But the caller's power grows with every instruction the manager follows. So it's chaos is a ladder, right? So as Littlefinger says, not because it becomes more convincing, because the manager becomes more invested, and he knows that. Like the poker analogy you were making, right? So you've bet every single, and now you have a shitty hand.
You
You've been
bet the
bluffing the whole
farm.
time. You better lay down the pair of threes, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the manager's more and more invested, and that's it. He's hanging on. He's going to the next step, no matter what.
Yeah, and it's important to understand how ordinary each individual step can sound when separated from the final outcome. The manager asking an employee to step into the office is not automatically suspicious. The manager asking about missing property, also pretty innocuous, not automatically suspicious.
Right.
Yeah, I blah. I think that's where it added your fucking shit. But even asking somebody to empty their pockets might be presented as part of a workplace theft investigation. Again, emptying, if I turn out my pockets and go, I don't have it, I mean, that's still not overstepping, right? But once the employee, but those actions create the momentum, right?
It depends. It depends now. There's something called a fucking power dynamic where
true.
it's different. It's different if an imposing guy does it to a smaller woman, or or a younger, underage woman. That's certainly intimidation, and it's just
absolutely
different.
I mean, but again, if so, say I had an employee and I get a call, hey, this person matching this description, they said a customer said they took $50, and it would be okay up until the point of of turning out the pockets would be kind of reasonable to go, okay, do you have an extra $50? But do you know if they had a $50 bill in their fucking pocket anyway? You don't know.
So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like it's you can't just go around doing that. That's why there's two process.
Again, 90s, early 2000s. I can't say. I don't know.
I'm retarded.
I think at that point we were still. I don't know. I don't.
I'm
trying to explain it away. There's no excuse here.
I want you. I want you to. It's super interesting.
But once the employee is isolated, that caller is now controlling the pace. Once the manager has accepted the accusation, every denial from the employee words are hard, begin to sound like proof of guilt. Words. Like, I didn't fucking do it.
Especially if they talk like that.
I think doth protest too much is what, you know what I mean? So the employee says, I didn't do anything. The caller says, this is what they would say. The employee becomes trapped inside a story they did not create, and anything that they say can be interpreted against them.
That's right. What a hellish nightmare.
Yeah.
What a hellscape. My God. And that's one of the cruelest parts by far of the accusation, because once people decide you're guilty, trust me, look at this face.
Yeah.
Once people think you're guilty forever.
No, I get it.
Yep. It's happened to me forever. It's also possible he had a secret attraction. That's true. Yeah. To the caller?
The manager maybe had a secret attraction to the employee.
Already in love with I'm already in love with you. I'll do whatever you want. I'll do anything you like. Just don't hurt me. Okay, so your behavior gets rewritten. Also, when you're the villain, you're like, after a while, you're just like, you know what, bro? I am the fucking villain.
Right.
And you just snap, right? So if you're calm, you're cold. If you're upset, you're unstable. If you're Karen Reed, right? If you cooperate, you must be hiding something. If you resist, you look guilty. What step do you take? Back down, right, select.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't on this one.
Between a rock and a hard place. Penis. And then so you resist, you look guilty, you say yes, and use a performance. It's just like whatever. So she is being judged through the story of someone else's lens, right? And the weekends are like waiting for that night to happen. So there's so many different people working on the shift that you can, I don't know how he did it, right? But like, how do you put it? And then with such accuracy, that's what really gets me. So, and because the manager believes that the caller represents law enforcement with no badge, no identification, no precinct, right? The manager stops seeing themselves as the person making the decision. They become an instrument. They're just like, I am the finger of the law. You know, use an instrument of the fucking law, and I'm not doing this. You know, the police are requiring this of me. The police.
I must be important.
Do you believe that you hold dominion on me? And you're not doing this anymore. You're out of your own mind, right? It's just like, okay, cool. It's like commandeering your car. I'm gonna need your car, ma'am. Has anybody ever stopped you? A cop said, "I'm gonna need your car." I'd be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, no, that's not allowed.
That's not what are they gonna
I always thought, like in movies where like, I'm a police officer, I'm commandeering your car. I'd be like, fuck off. You don't get this shit.
Yeah. No, it's like that's my brand new Hyundai Sonata. So, yeah, the mental suppression just becomes this. I'm sorry, the mental separation, words are hard, is incredibly dangerous. So once now you're separating into different states of being, and that's dangerous because you're gonna get prosecuted one way or another.
And with think about it this way: the caller often relied on the business's existing hierarchy. The caller directed the manager. The manager directed the employee. In some incidents, other adults were brought in to continue the instructions, and each person could feel that they were only one link in this chain.
Right. The bigger the chain feels, the less culpability you have,
Right.
because it goes all the way up to the chief. These people thinking, what the fuck is wrong with these people? So the chain spreads responsibility throughout that nobody feels like they're holding the entire weight. So it's literally like the weakest link kind of thing. Without what's her name? The lesbian?
Oh yeah. Shit, I don't remember her name.
Jane.
Well, that wasn't the weakest
Jane.
link.
Yeah, no, she bought it.
No, you're right.
Yeah. Anyway, so the caller says basically now that everybody, Jane Lynch, goddamn it, she was in fucking my favorite movie, goddamn it, the pet one, fucking Best in Show.
I like that.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's it. Game over.
Yeah.
Raw life.
Name, badge, and number.
That's
please.
that question. It's game over. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what you're supposed to do. And then, but then you're resisting arrest now these days. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and read that before I go on.
Read what? Ross says, I'm the asshole employee that would refuse any and all requests by a manager, regardless of why they are told to do it. LOL. Yeah.
Show me the chain of command.
Also, IMD's brother Donnie says some other points because I'm a bastard are talking. Sorry, we are talking a middle-aged McDonald's manager in Kentucky. The main thing that surprises me that it wasn't his sister. Sorry, words are hard for me today. But you're not wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you want me to do with her again? Tie her up. She's already tied up.
I already fucking did that.
She's been tied up in the back. I don't know. We like to do that.
Just a normal Saturday.
So just a pig. So for whatever reason. So the manager says, okay, so the caller says, I'm only giving instructions. And the manager says, I'm only cooperating with police. The second adult says, I'm only helping the manager. The employee complies because she believes she has no choice. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Everybody feels trapped by someone above them, and there's no one above them. But eventually somebody has to ask, where does authority actually begin? That's a great question. This is good for you and everyone. Donnie,
right.
I'm looking at you. Where does, I don't know why, but where does authority begin? Like, because of the person at the top of this imagery, I'm sorry, this whole chain, right?
There,
Imagine you're thinking, right? Yeah, but you're thinking about the image of a chain. Who's at the top of this chain? Who is going to come up with what? It's built on air. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's a Ponzi scheme.
It is.
It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a mental Ponzi scheme. Epiphany. So, there's our first psychology corner.
Woohoo. So excited.
We should have something for that.
We should have a what? Oh, yeah, a sound.
Just
Yes.
like this. Do you hear this?
Ta-da!
Psychology corner. The first psychological idea is called foot in the door technique. The names come from the images of the salespeople placing the foot in the door. You know, when you get like a traveling salesman, right? You got to buy this vacuum, and they do not need you to buy the product immediately. They only need you to not close the door, because in plain English, a person is more likely to agree to a large request after agreeing to a small one. So that's why you always get a bunch of yeses before you get that last yes in sales.
That's a typical sales technique. Yes.
And this is what you need, yes?
Right.
And you said that you needed this much coverage.
Right.
Yes? Right. So you get to guess. Say, yes? Because you said this, not me. So the person is more likely to do a larger request if you ask them for a small one. The first request changes the relationship completely. The relationship now shifts into like a transactional relationship. Before there was no, merchandising. There's no, you're not a merchant with this person. You are not trading. But now you're an active trader. Excuse me. And before the first request, you are deciding whether to participate, right? But now, after, in this case, the caller, like you already become a participant. So in this case, the caller might begin with like a bring the employee into the office, then ask her to empty her pocket, then search her belongings, then have her remove an item of clothing. Each request presenting a small extension of the previous request. The manager is no longer comparing the length of each, in between the steps. That's a big leap.
Yeah.
Who cares a shit? I got to get back to my job. I want to be a good person. And then that's how the staircase basically is constructed. It's small leaps, but it's big enough to make significant ground quickly. And if you're like comparing, like I said, the step before it, it's just, it might be small, it might be big. That's what I really wanted to know. I want to know every single question in the steps. That's what I'd love to, and then like feed it to ChatGPT and tell me how big. Like I want a chart.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a pie chart, and that's basically how it is. So you don't notice how high you have climbed when you're the only one looking at the next step.
Agreed.
So you're not even looking down. You're just looking.
You're like,
what do I do now?
Just this little.
What do I do now? So just take her shirt off, obviously.
It's insane. So it is the difference between hearing the entire sequence at once and hearing just one instruction at a time. If the caller had opened by saying, I want you to detain the employee, force her to remove her clothes, and let another adult control her movements, most people would have immediately recognized the danger. So I'm not going to be, sorry.
What?
I think there's some wonky words in here.
Oh yeah, there are, because remember I was talking all over this thing?
They're kind of intermixed
told you
into
it was
all of
gonna
this.
Bite us in the ass.
So they would not be able to immediately recognize the danger. He divided it into smaller pieces. Each piece softened the next one.
Right, and this shows up outside of the crime as well. So a manipulative person does not begin with a relationship with saying, I plan to control you.
I mean, and we've talked about this ad nauseum within,
absolutely.
between the other show and here.
Your framework, yeah, for sure.
But that is how it
no one-
happens.
you're right.
It's in little increments.
Sam-
You just don't realize it's happening.
Sam, I'm gonna own. That's what Dave said. Right? He goes,
Right.
Sam, I'm gonna own you. Everything you do, talk to, where you go, your location, everything. You'll be triangulated through cell phone towers. It begins smaller. Why did you text me back?
Right.
Answer me. I don't trust that friend, or maybe you should not wear
times.
that, or why are you wearing that? Why is your hair green?
Yeah.
Each demand prepares the ground for the next one. So the same happens with these fraudulent, like salesmen, right? So in abusive workplaces, cults, online scams, the first requests are rarely just a request. It's like something really attainable to get a yes. Will you move? Okay. Once you move, how far can you be moved? You know, make a move, bitch.
Right.
How far you gonna move, bitch? Right. So, hey, Jamie, what's up? Grooming 101 says we're all live.
Hey.
That's right. That's real. It's true. I'm going to implement that in my grooming.
I love you too, Jamie.
So, a question to you, Samantha.
Yes.
I like to call you that every once in a while. Where do you think the first truly unacceptable step occurs? Is it when the employee is brought into the office? When the manager agrees to search her? When clothing is involved? Or is the problem already present the moment that the manager accepts the police order without verifying and speaking?
I think it's the moment they accept it, to be honest. In the way the question was posed to the manager, it was a police officer. I've got a report that your employee stole. You can either help me or they can come down to the station. And in that respect, I
Nobody
would
wants to
go,
the station.
why would I need to help? You're the police. I'm sending them down to the station, or I'll bring them
You
myself.
have friends.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Aren't you guys a big
Right.
club?
I'm just saying. That's how I would go with it. What about you?
You know what? I'll be even generous with this. I would say, like when it's time to like detain. I keep saying that, you know, like if I have to detain you or put my hands on you or like physically block you from something, that's when I feel like it's egregious. Like none of it would happen, but if I was to be dumb enough to think that like, okay, you know,
I could,
like,
yeah, I could see
I'm not a big fan of the police
bringing
anyway.
them into question. Like, hey, they're saying this is, was this you?
Out of fear.
I could see that maybe, but after that,
Yeah.
if it goes further,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I'll go super generous. Hey, you know what? This I was brought to my attention. I haven't verified them as the actual police, but at that point, I'd be like, then why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's redundant. It's
Right.
dumb.
Yeah. So
Fear
rules the world.
Fear rules everything around me. Cream.
If you really
Fear
think
rules the
about
world.
it, you're not wrong.
It's true.
I
It's
mean,
true. The military-industrial complex based on fear of what?
everything.
Killing each other, of total annihilation.
Right.
It's dumb. So
Yeah. So for me, the failure begins before the strip search. The moment someone claiming to be police asks a civilian manager to conduct a physical search, that should trigger a verification step. Ask for a name, a badge number. I think
what's your badge number?
said that Frankie J already said that. Ask for a badge number. Call the police department directly. I mean, we all know now. Like if you get a fucking how many times, and it happens quite a bit, where a text will come across.
I'm the police. No, I'm not.
A text will come across your phone and it'll be like, you owe a toll or you owe this or whatever. You know what I mean? I know. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not.
Not me. But
The perfect response.
or you get a phishing email and you go, okay, well, I'm going to go to the actual source and see if this is correct, right?
That's your fault. Like, it's your fault. Like, you can't be touching. Everybody knows this by now. Everybody's done training and all that. You don't touch those things. It can't happen. Like, it just now if you get hacked or if you get like, it's just something you have to physically touch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it just doesn't happen through osmosis or through sophisticated Wi-Fi anymore. It just like those things.
And just like, I mean, in that instance, again, because internet wasn't as prevalent, don't use the phone number supplied by the caller. Call the actual fucking police department. You've got the.
You know what I would say? I'd be like, oh my God, I'll call 911.
Right.
Click.
Or the non-emergency number for your area. I mean, don't assume.
At the very least,
go ahead.
Nothing's going to happen later. You know what I'm saying? At the very least, nothing. If I call 911, it's the same people and I didn't really fuck up, right? So like, I don't know. That's a good way to verify.
And again, now we're more hyper aware of the scam. But again, in the 90s and early 2000s, were we as hyper aware of that scam? You know what I mean? So.
No, we couldn't conceptualize that scam because they a scam to us was like the 3-card Monty. Follow the ball. So that distinction matters a whole lot because, the breaking point should not be like how far into the abuse am I willing to go. It's the breaking point should be what gives this person the right to issue the first instruction.
Agreed.
And I think that's something that everyone should take away from this. Now, live, later, in the future. 50 years in the future when you're archiving this, when you're trying to watch this, and ironically, it's like, oh, I heard that 50 years ago there was this fucking show that
Right.
was so stupid.
It's so fucking awesome.
Right? So yeah, they're wearing shirts of us
Right.
now, like we never did in life. Like, you know, man, they're such icons, man. We died thinking we were
I
losers.
know. So now we come to our second psychology corner.
Wait.
Where's the sound? So the second idea is commitment and consistency. People generally want their actions to appear consistent. Once we have publicly made a decision, we feel pressure keep behaving in the way that supports it. A manager who has already announced, I'm cooperating with a police investigation, may find it difficult to reverse course. Stopping means admitting, I may have misjudged this. I may have accused an innocent employee. I may have crossed a line. Continuing.
I may have crossed.
Like
lines,
multiple
like
lines.
how far
like
you're.
multiple.
Yeah.
Continuing allows the
Oopsie.
manager to preserve the original story that in their mind they're still helping the police.
In their mind. That's in your mind.
That's how they're coping with the
course.
atrocities that they're inflicting.
Well, crazy is like, it's like they would believe anyway. Like, it would be crazy to try it now, and I bet this is going to make a whole rash of them. I mean, I don't mean to do it to like the horrible things they did it, but like at least to see if it catches on. Like some people will try,
Right? As
you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
As a social
Well,
experiment.
we know that.
I know.
Well, we know that because there are dark tourists and people who will do this. They're just like, oh shit, that's another level of, and it's going to spark other ideas. We haven't even thought about this. So we're fucked. If a manager is telling me to pull my wang out, I'm calling the highway department. That's it. That's what you call.
Yes.
Hello, highway department. I have a man here.
Highway
Get
department.
my wang out. My wang is out. Human beings hate feeling internally divided. I hate it. Bifurcated, you know? We want yesterday's decision and today's decision to match. That's what makes us kind of the smartest things on earth, right? And we want to believe that we're sensible. We want to believe that we're competent, consistent. Let's throw another one in there. Compassionate, right? So once we choose a direction, we begin looking for reasons to continue in that direction because I don't want to go back. I mean, back sucked. Over there sucked. Forward, that's the way. So
that's the way.
This is the way. Yes, this is the way. You know, it is known. Always Game of Thrones. That can be useful because it always, kind of drives us forward. That's that North Star kind of thing that we have ingrained in us that we just want to move. Even if you're lazy, you still move forward at a pace. So commitment helps us stay married, finish projects, raise children, keep promises, enact revenge. Once you can be committed to something, like I'm going to ruin your life, I'm going to haunt you in the afterlife. You got to be committed, right? So consistency becomes pretty dangerous when we value looking consistent more than we value being correct. So it's okay for us to be wrong, but I always want to be known
the
as the
same
person
wrong all the
was
time.
always something. I was always something. Right. At least you participated, bud. Great job.
You can't be surprised if I'm wrong if I'm always doing the same wrong things.
Right. There you go. Mount Washington, Kentucky has a population of 18,000 people. He probably knows 3 police officers. That's correct. Totally good point. That's kind of what I fumbled earlier in the show was like, these are small towns. I don't think it would happen in a bigger city.
Right.
And he knows that he or whoever all these people are, it's got to be a number of people. So the same instinct can trap us inside of bad decisions if we try to keep these promises, we try to keep going north, we try to keep, whatever we're going, just do it. Get it. If we don't stop to go backwards or at least check to see if we're on the right track, there's nothing noble about continuing down the wrong road because turning around feels embarrassing. Nobody wants to feel embarrassed. We'd rather feel scummy. We'd rather feel, like an asshole than feel like someone's disappointed in us or embarrassed.
Agreed. Yeah, and managers may feel additional pressure. They are expected to appear decisive. They don't want employees to see them hesitate. They may worry that backing down makes them appear weak. I think we've all had that manager that is just always. You're right, Jamie. But I mean, we've all had that manager that takes that authority power too far. You know what I mean? They don't want, or they want to always be, I am manager, hear me roar, instead of appearing weak or maybe not knowing something. The caller did exploit that, and they can and they did. Thank you.
Gorge.
And then, so he can suggest that the manager is handling the situation correctly, and the manager's like, "Yeah,
Right.
I am."
This is no problem for me. I've done
Right,
this
I've
way.
done it before.
Like, I've done this 7 years.
We've got this.
I've worked at every other
I
McDonald's.
could have been a
office.
police officer. I get it.
Right. Yeah. I am basically a part of the force.
That the officers are going to appreciate the cooperation, that the investigation depends on them. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Do you think they're thinking about? Do you think they're thinking about like
gonna be a
the
hero.
medal in front of City Hall, and like, here's the key to the city,
Probably,
big boy.
maybe,
Right? Mhm.
Especially in a small town. And so the investigation is depending on them. And now the manager is not only following instructions, but they've been given a role. They have a duty. A helpful manager, a responsible manager, a trusted partner of law enforcement. Abandoning the instructions means abandoning their identity of hero.
Right. Yeah. And heroes are so important.
I mean,
because I like mine with mayonnaise
they're so good.
and just a little bit of mustard, not too much, just to make it tangy, but not.
Oh, I like a little malt vinegar on a good sub or a hero.
Oh, no. That's a nice. Oh, I had to reload this.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing it again. Yeah. Doing it again.
Oh, jeez. Oh, where'd it go?
So
There we are.
off, I don't get it, so I did that.
But I mean, honestly, in this respect, and with as far as especially the one in Kentucky went, I still cannot imagine why it went that far. You know what I mean?
Do you think some people were internet like some people knew it was like this?
Well, and that was
bullshit, but I get to do this.
I think kind of the thought of it. I mean, the manager of the one in Kentucky, he did go to jail.
No, he should,
and as he should have, because he complied. And
yeah,
I mean, there wasn't a gun to his head. There were sex acts that were performed, and it was just asinine on every level. I mean, there is in no fucking universe is there. There is no universe that would have somebody do that as a police investigation. The police shouldn't do that. I mean, are not supposed to. So.
And are not qualified to, and should not.
No.
Right.
So.
Like all of
the things.
So.
And so. Do you have it back yet, or do you want me to continue?
Yeah, you got to continue.
Yeah, I'll just keep going and then we'll pick up.
Yeah,
so
I'll try to catch up.
Yeah, so the important word here is the identity. Manipulation becomes much stronger when it stops targeting behavior and starts targeting identity. You are a good manager. You are helping us. You are the only person I can trust. You don't want to interfere with an investigation. Now the request is connected to who you believe you are. If you refuse, you are not simply refusing an instruction. You're risking the identity the manipulator has handed to you. So, and sorry. Do you think people continue because they genuinely believe that the people continued because they genuinely believed the caller, or because admitting they no longer believe him would force them to confront what they have already done?
It's about forcing
Right.
reality. I think there's a suspended reality that people are engaging in that it's
Right.
terrible, and that's the problem. So if you immediately say this is wrong, because I know that I know for a fact that this is not a viable option to go down. And can't go. I don't even know how to explain it. Like you can't. It's so dumb. It's so like in front of your. It's like a nose in your face.
Right.
Like you can't touch people. You can't tell people what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, isn't that America? Aren't you in Kentucky?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
America is
Don't tread on
Kentucky.
me.
Sorry.
Why are you treading on them? Oh, don't tread on them unless a treader treads on you, right? Right, I get it. Sure. I think I found a trick. All right. So, are we in cognitive dissonance?
We're
or
right
are we-
before that, like right above it.
Perfect. So that's an important word.
Yep, I did that.
Yeah.
I did that.
Identity.
I did
So
that.
We did
Yep.
that already.
Go down.
You did that. You just
Right
did that.
above.
Right. It was probably both.
Probably both.
Probably
yes.
Yeah. So the question was, just to recap. So do you think that people continue because they genuinely believe the caller, or because admitting they no longer believe him would force them to confront? I think like I told Tam when she asked me the question, I believe that you got to confront this, and it's a ugly pill to swallow. It's a big mirror, and it's going to make you confront a lot of stuff that you're suppressing, right? It's like, no, there's no way I can be wrong about this. So it's probably both. And at first, belief creates the behavior, and then later, the behavior creates the belief. The person thinks, I follow these instructions because it's a police officer, right? This is a cop. This is because dude is telling me what to do. Why would anyone do this? This is illegal. Then they quietly reverse it. So he must be a police officer because I follow these instructions. Like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? So it's a trap. The action becomes the evidence for the belief. Let me say it again. The action becomes evidence for the belief.
Okay.
What a great name for an album. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, wait, we have another psychology corner.
Perfect.
The third idea is cognitive dissonance. So the phrase sounds academic, but its meaning is pretty simple. Cognitive dissonance is the mental discomfort we all feel when two beliefs collide. So, for example, I'm a good person and I'm participating in something cruel. Like, how can you be a good person, but also cognitively and willingly participate in something cruel? No? I didn't know how the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. So it's like, no. Yes. I don't like that. Those two beliefs cannot comfortably sit together. So the mind has to reduce the tension somehow. I'm doing something wrong, but that carries guilt, shame, possible consequences. You can't deal with that. Why would I'm a good person? The easier path is often to reinterpret the event. So this is not abuse. This is not police procedure. I'm sorry, this is a police procedure. This is not abuse. This is, we've only been following instructions that they've given us. I have no choice. She must have done something wrong. Why are they singling her out?
How would they know who
stays
she is?
but
They gave me a description.
But exactly. How we now cope with that is that we just flip it. Now it's like, okay, well, I have all these questions, so that is the reason. So I must not be doing anything wrong. All of those things are true.
Right. And the victim's distress can actually make the manager more defensive. I love that. A message from I am Dave. I love you and I'm not watching.
I love you and I'm not watching.
Okay, thanks.
This is a terrible show.
Love you.
Love you too, I guess.
Night,
my loves. See, we lost another one. So
the victim's distress. She said in 2 weeks she'll do a show. That sounds good.
Well, I'll make sure to make my appointment calendar reflect such a thing. I'm a terrible person.
You're not.
Okay.
Nope.
Say one more thing after that. You just comment one more thing so that it washes away. People to remember you like that.
So the victim's distress can actually make the manager more defensive. The employee might cry, protest, beg to leave, say the situation is wrong. Instead of recognizing that reaction as evidence something is deeply wrong, the manager may interpret it as resistance, because accepting the employee's perspective would collapse the manager's entire justification. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, which is fucking insane. The whole thing is done. Right? The entire justification has to be revoked, and that's the thing where people think I'm cynical. I don't. I just extrapolate faster, a little bit faster, like to the end. I think men do that more, and then when we do, like, it's just we see a possibility, and then we're like, oh, you're poo pooing it. It's like, no, but that can also happen.
Right.
You know. I'm gorgeous.
You are.
Yes, yes. Finally, yeah. You got a great rack.
She does.
Top notch. Great New York boobs. So, the more harm a person causes, the more desperately they may need to become the victim. I'm sorry, the victim to be guilty, right? Not become the victim, but actually the victim they're oppressing to be guilty. So, the more harm a person causes, the more desperately they may need the victim to be guilty. That makes a lot of sense because, like, look, I've done a lot of shit to you. You better have done something.
But if you're guilty, it has just cause.
It's all for naught. It's all for naught. Because if the victim is innocent, the person must confront what they have become, a monster. That's why, false accusations can become self-reinforcing because loves. The accuser does not merely want to prove the victim guilty. They may need the victim to be guilty in order to preserve their own self-image. So now it's flipped. Now it's like you're not even on that team anymore. Now you're on the team of like you become an oppressor. Right. Because of course you're gonna flip. And it's ugly. And so here's a critical fact. We need something for that. Here's the red button on the since that's red.
Love it.
Yum, yum. There's a critical fact. Big cat. The psychological mechanism does not remove personal responsibility. Understanding why someone obeyed is not the same as excusing what they did. Explanation and absolution are not the same thing. Okay? Just because you explain something and you're able to
but he told me to
articulate it, that doesn't mean you should do it. I know what a vat of muriatic acid is. Right? Like, should I get one? So, pardon me.
You're good.
Oh, that's nice. So the line has to stay clear. Everybody knows that. The line must be clear because one thing is completely legal, one thing is not. And I'm a pretty black and white person when it comes to that. So I can totally relate. Psychology can tell us how someone crossed that boundary. It cannot erase the boundary, right? So again, what we're explaining is that just because you can say it and understand it and articulate it so other people can gestate it and play with the idea, that doesn't mean we excuse it. It's horrible. Or anyone else for that matter. So a person may be deceived and they still have a duty to stop, which is kind of how I feel in my heart, right? A manager may believe that they are speaking to the police and still have an obligation to protect the employee standing in front of them. I mean, you did hire them. That's your employee. Right. You're just going to jump on the side of the government, she's guilty. Yes, she is. Like, come on. The caller created the trap, but the people inside the restaurant still made the decisions. Case in point, AI makes whatever. Mm-hmm. I still make the decision to use it. If I use it, I have to, suffer those consequences or whatever. But people, that's what Access Medicare, mm-hmm. It can tell us exactly what a patient needs, but we still have to make the decision and put our licenses on the line and put our reputation on the line because we're still diagnosing that mm-hmm. for them. It's a helper. It's a thing.
It's a tool.
Right? It's a catalyst. But it's not the end all. Right. It's in the stack. So, I think that's we explained the heart of the tension of the cases.
Right.
The beating heart.
Absolutely.
Right
here, And there were simple ways to verify the situation. One, hang up, call the local police department. We've already discussed these things, kind of out of turn here. Ask the officers.
To recap.
Recapping. Ask the officer's full name, badge number. Is there a warrant? Ask why trained police officers are directing restaurant employees to conduct such searches.
Right. That's
call a supervisor. Call corporate. Call an attorney. Allow the employee to contact a family member. Call the caller's power depended on nobody interrupting the sequence and nobody critical thinking.
unbroken. Yes, the critical thinking unbroken chain, which is pretty easy, I guess, to find in Kentucky. Loves verification breaks momentum, though. You know what I'm saying? So why the manipulators knew that and they discouraged it immediately, like question after question, kind of quick. They had a beautiful cadence to it because it was total command of a call. From a sales perspective, you're like, damn,
Right.
are you free for a seminar?
Why isn't this guy a billionaire? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You can make people do this.
Are you a billionaire?
Why
Maybe
can't
he
you
is a
talk
billionaire.
about other money? You know,
I'm bored. I'm terribly bored. You want to call, McDonald's and have them strip search a young
Right.
lady? So the manipulators discourage the break in momentum. They don't want you to pause. They don't want you to call somebody else. They don't want you to kind of like when people talk about scams, right? Like the scams that are over the phone, like the elderly people getting scammed. It's horrendous. Why? It's good. I need you to go to the bank. Go to the bank. I'll be on the phone with you. Like, oh, it's Microsoft.
Log into your account, and they're already hacked into your.
It's $35.
Yeah.
I will send you back $3,750 if you go to the bank now for $37. You're like, what? And then old people are like, okay,
sure, sounds good to me. Or my grandkids in jail. I gotta bail them out.
Hey, Martha, going down to the. I gotta go to the bank for what? Microsoft. So they want the whole world to be reduced to two people.
Right.
That person on the other side of the line and the manager who's quaking in his boots. Going, what do I do? How do I call McDonald's? Yes, you should call McDonald's. You should call corporate and be like, these people are. I mean, you want to see what CYA means?
Cover your own ass.
Cover your fucking ass. CYFA. Cover your ass. So if you really want to CYA, of course, officer. Hello, Mr. Ronald McDonald, or whatever the fucking corporate,
right.
Send people. I need help. So, they want the entire world to reduce to that, and the person issuing the instruction and the person obeying it. The moment the third perspective enters the room, the spell can break.
Absolutely.
I like the way that we called it a spell, because it is. You're enchanted.
Absolutely is.
Mm-hmm. So, so think about it. Okay, so I don't have a. So imagine in your minds a staircase, right? You bring an employee to the office, and you question the employee, right? I'll make a graphic next week for this kind of stuff. You bring an employee to the office, you question an employee, you search the belongings, you search the clothing, you remove their clothing, you continue escalating instructions. I mean, I can't imagine this up here is wild, but like,
it's fucking.
but I mean, that's wild.
It is.
Like by the time you get to the top of the case, what are you doing? Finger stuff? So
yeah. I mean, in the
no
Kentucky case, yes, that all happened.
Yeah, right. No single step explains the outcome. The sequence does. That's very important. That's actually a beautiful sentence. No single step explains the outcome. The sequence does, which I'm going to put right here. No regrets. Where would your breaking point have been? Would it have been bringing her to the office, searching her purse, searching her clothing, or would you have challenged the caller way before that?
I'm sure I would have challenged the caller well before that. Maybe devil's advocate. Maybe I would have said, "Hey, I just got this weird fucking call. They said this. You know what I mean? Did you?"
I mean, that sounds like
you know what I mean? Maybe devil's advocate. Maybe because initially you'd be like, I don't know, let me call him in and ask. You know what I mean? But after that, I would be like no, if you want to talk to, for one, you can either come in, or for two, I'll bring them down to the station. You know what I mean?
Number one, come down so you can show me your warrant.
Show me the proof.
What's the probable cause? But now everybody knows this, right? You had to go to fucking criminology school to fucking know that shit before. But now, I mean, not in the 90s, but like.
Well, you mean, I would say, I think as if I was an authority figure in a place of business like that, I would have been like, no, this seems fishy. This just doesn't seem right, and probably hang up the phone. Right. I just got a fucking prank call. Click. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people didn't know what caller ID was. Mm-hmm. That was like brand new.
*69. That's how they found some
That's
of it.
what,
Yeah.
right.
But I was like, oh,
Star
the old
69.
star 69. I missed that.
It's not just to avoid your crazy ex. It's to also
Right.
call back,
Well, you star
managers at
67
McDonald's.
to block your number, star
Block
69
it.
to figure out who just called you.
411-143.
342 time
And I'm
to get the time.
I'm 5'8". I'm 5858.
So, at what point does obedience become participation? Is the manager mainly a victim of manipulation or a perpetrator or both?
Well, I think we all know that the answer to that is both.
True.
Of course, you have to be. I mean, at that point, you're in it. Like you are 1000% an accomplice at that point. You can't. There's no way to get away from it. You know, you're a perpetrator.
Absolutely.
1000%. And both can be true, but I think I'm leaning more for the perpetrator side. Like you're, to me, black and white, right? But some people say that both can be true. A person can be manipulated by someone above them and still have, like, while still harming someone below them, right? So like they can do, I guess, both things, but it's getting harder and harder to believe that, right? Because it's crazy. Sometimes control travels through people, and the caller controls the manager, and the manager controls the employee, and the employee absorbs the consequences, which is the person we talk least about now, right? That's how authority typically moves, and the person at the bottom is, the old saying, how shit trickles down. Shit doesn't trickle down to the bottom. These people are shitted, it goes downwards. So that's how authority moves.
Yeah, I mean, and we've kind of been skirting through. We've been talking of we're being thought brokers right now. We're talking through the psychology and everything of it. Just for folks listening, again, we all kind of know the gist. But in the case of the Kentucky girl, she was.
I was gonna bring up.
Yeah. Prior to getting to the questions and kind of ending our thoughts on it all, this young girl, she was 18. Her mom was sick. She was working to support the family and keep food on the table and all the things. She gets this call. Her manager brings her in. They make her strip. They give her an apron. That's all she had. They take her keys and everything out to the car. So if she was to escape, she'd have to leave only wearing an apron. The caller then directs the manager to have her do jumping jacks because they can no longer now prove that she stole anything. Maybe she's on drugs or drinking. And if she sweats, you can smell the alcohol or see the drugs. I'm not exactly sure.
They just wanted to see her boobs.
Exactly. So the caller can now hear her doing jumping jacks and calisthenics over the phone. Then the caller directs said manager to rub the sweat on her skin because if she's doing a certain sort of drug, it will turn green. Are you fucking kidding me? That's not how that works.
Oh God, that's not how that works.
And then a cavity search, and then the caller directs said manager to have this young 18-year-old girl who has done nothing give the manager a blowjob, and she does.
No,
because he's forcing her to do that. At that moment, how the fuck do you not go, fuck off, I'm over this? Finally,
no, because at that point, you're thinking, I'm going to get away with the blowjob because the cop's telling me to
she's
do
a young fucking 18-year-old good-looking girl. Finally,
and I don't get too much land.
After the blowjob is performed, said manager has to go out to the front to deal with something, and the custodian, the janitor comes in and goes, hold on, this isn't right. And he stops it and calls the actual fucking police. It takes finally somebody with a fucking brain to go, this is enough.
This is ridiculous.
This is enough.
Like, what do you mean?
She ended up, and here's the crux of it all. McDonald's had multiple chains of McDonald's had this caller call in and had reported it to corporate, but corporate did not tell all of the McDonald's chains. So she ended up suing suing McDonald's for like, I think $200 million or something.
So we haven't talked
Yeah.
about McDonald's role.
Yeah,
in all
McDonald's
this.
role was insane. But honestly, it's the whole fucking thing. And not, I mean, it wasn't, I don't know. It's just crazy. So this started back in 94, and the very first person that they think it happened to, she had gotten to the point where they had her strip, but one of her coworkers came in and said, dude, this isn't right. This, and helped her get dressed and get her out. So thankfully it hadn't gone to the point of blowjob. You know what I mean?
A blowjob point.
And
Yeah, I heard about
and
that.
there was another chick who worked at a Taco Bell who had this happen to her, and corporate fucking blamed her, and she tried to file suit against corporate and was told that they were going to get her psychology or her psychiatrist notes because she had to go and get some help after this. She had trauma, and she thought that they would bring up something in her past, which probably was nothing, but they were going to make her look like a whore, and they were going to use that against her. They tried to do that against the young girl in Kentucky. It's fucking mind-blowing on how all of this continued to happen. And they did end up finding who they thought it was, and pretty much probably who it was. However, what do you charge them with? Right?
Right. A really bad, it's a prank call.
Right. I mean, there's obviously a crime going on. They didn't,
For
you know what I mean? And looking into it, the first officer that when they found out who it really was, because of the calling cards, because back in the day we all used calling cards on payphones, right? But because of those calling cards, they were able to pinpoint it to him. But and they found video on surveillance from like Walmart where he bought them and things. But the first officer who went down was like the guy worked in a corrections facility and was a corrections officer. And so they found the guy, and they were like, do you want to see him? He was like, sure, let's do it. And he began questioning him. But what they had planned to do was surveil him so they could catch him in the act. That never happened, and he was able to get off. Yeah.
Of course, he had no real, evidence. I mean,
literally
also
and figuratively. I assume this was the case.
Right.
But he was doing this from payphones. So, I mean, I don't know.
That's pretty smart, though. Okay, you think about it.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
Honestly, had this happened, had they kind of tracked it down to calling cards prior to 9/11, they wouldn't have been able to track it those calling cards to this man. Right. But because of 9/11 and the Patriot Act, they were able to find him. I don't know. It was just
the one good thing the Patriot Act did.
Right. But did it? Because the guy still walks free, and he was acquitted. So
what the twist?
I don't know.
So as you were saying, right? So this is the Mount Washington. This is a frame taken from the Mount Washington McDonald's surveillance video. It's part of the court.
Donnie said, "Do you think the caller ever thought, holy shit, this idiot is really did it? Now what?" Yeah, I do. I think he kept thinking of more. Let's see how fucking crazy I can get and see what they can do. They will do. So.
Well, there you go. In this frame taken from the Mount Washington McDonald's surveillance video, part of the court employee Louise Ogborn, which is this girl right here, expresses shock when the assistant manager Donna Jean Summers tells her the caller on the phone, who identifies himself as Officer Scott, that's it, said Ogborn would have to be strip searched. One lawyer described the caller as a freak who plays God.
Yeah.
Put your finger in her,
right.
Jean. Donna Jean Summers, put your finger in her. My God. I thought, quote, I thought we had an airtight case, Stump said, lawyer, recalling how a security video at Walmart seemed to show David Richard Stewart had purchased the calling cards used in the hoaxes. Stewart, who faced up to 15 years in prison, was acquitted on charges of falsely impersonating a police officer and soliciting sodomy. Sodomy. The series
That was a
also
good stutter.
sodomy. The series also notes that the caller called as many as 100 fast food restaurants over 12 years. 12 years. 12 years. The duped managers were, okay, oh, it's him again. It's Officer Scott again this year. He demands that you be sacrificed. So here's the Kentucky case, right? So we're talking about that. So Louise Ogburn, who was the minimum wage worker that Sam was talking about at the McDonald's in Mount Washington, she's singled out because she fit the description of an employee the caller alleged had a stolen purse. So this is over a stolen purse, right? She said later, deposition, that she begged to be taken to the police station. She had taken the job after her mother lost her job. So imagine that. You still work at McDonald's because your mom had lost her job.
Yeah, you got to provide.
The diner, and now you got to provide. And then this happens, you know. What was Louise Ogburn's settlement amount?
It was
I
$6
think we're talking
million
about
or
$6.1 million verdict against the McDonald's. That, well, it's nothing. That's like one day of like fries.
Right.
Of just like selling fries. Not even.
Yeah.
Maybe not. No, more than that. So, who is David Richard Stewart, and what was he accused of doing at McDonald's? David R. Stewart was charged with soliciting sodomy, and impersonating a police officer, but acquitted at the trial in Bullitt County, Kentucky. Oh, like Bullet Rye. I get it. Okay, that's Bullet Rye.
Yeah.
Got you. You learn something every day. He now lives in New York State, of course. According to Nexus, a database, at the time of his arrest, he was married, father of 5, working at a prison guard in Florida, as Sam already told us, and he denied making the calls. He denies it. Take off her clothes. It has to be somebody in like the system that understands the system a bit, right?
Well, and he was obsessed with being an actual police officer. I think he took the test multiple times and couldn't make it. So, correction officer it was,
Right. So let's go a little deeper and then we can wrap this up. So Detective Buddy Stump, the rookie Mount Washington, Kentucky detective who tracked down the charged Stewart, has retired since then, right? But Walter W. Nix Jr., who claimed he forced Ogburn to sodomize him and assault, is sentenced to 5 years in prison. A former exterminator. He lives in Harlan County. He was engaged to Donna Jean Summers. Hey, who was the assistant manager at the McDonald's, but she called off that marriage after the hoax.
She only got
I don't want to marry you no more,
I believe.
Oh, for enacting this shit. Yeah. So, Compliance is a movie based on the story, a fictionalized movie of it, premiered in 2012. Yeah. This has happened a while ago, and that's what really got me, because there's a couple of adaptations of it. And I think just now it's getting to Netflix. So, of course, don't pick up the phone. The documentary can be streamed on Netflix. We don't work for them, but Netflix, we are open to a sponsorship.
We are.
This article originally appeared in the Louisville Courier. So,
and they said if the case against McDonald's was one of the biggest case they had ever had, biggest case they had like that. At that moment and in that county, they had never seen something so big, because the lawyer was they were going for like 200 million, I believe, and yes, they
so. This is like unthought
they got 6 million, and they were happy with that. At least some justice was served, but
some
and
I'd be like, more justice, please.
Yeah, I mean. And she was so brave to go up on stand and take the scrutiny of the defense for McDonald's. They were like, well, why didn't you just leave? And her lawyer was like,
because I need my job.
Well, right. And her lawyer was like, they took her clothes and keys out to her car so she would have to walk through there naked. Why the fuck would she think she could? You know what I mean?
She can't. She could have.
You could have just left, or you could have said, you could have not. You could have dressed more. Whatever. You heard what I meant.
So okay, I'm gonna ask you this final hurdy question, and it's gonna hurt you.
Because
because I'm gonna put you in there.
Okay.
What if What if they would have done it to one of your girls?
I'd,
How would that affect, like, from a parent's
I'd be in
perspective?
jail for life.
What would you have done?
I would have probably tried to murder the manager and hunt down the fucking caller. Yeah. Mainly the manager
I agree.
because they fucking did it. And they didn't have the fucking wherewithal to know that this is fucking wrong.
Yeah, and at that point, you're like,
I'd be in jail for life. I would.
it depends. If it goes all the
You
way
hurt my
like that,
fucking kids, I'm
it's-
gonna fucking kill you. Pretty much.
I'm not a parent, and I get it. I get it.
You do.
I get it. I am deeply, deeply disgusted by any of that. And yeah, I would go. I'd be like, "You trying to ride?" They touched my little girl. I was like, "Let's
Yeah.
ride right
Yep.
now, right now." So horrible. Gosh, looks like we have 2 hours are up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for everyone. You've lost your lifeline in your education system. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be over. But we have so many cool
Oh my
things
gosh, it
in
was
the works, right?
great. I think the way we went about this, with summarizing kind of the story at the end, but really going through the psychology of it was a great way to approach this.
I think we have
Yeah.
something unique.
Yeah.
I think we have something unique, especially with the things we can implement, and like the psychology corner,
Love it.
and like and what was the other one?
Ah,
The red one.
what was the red one? That was I just clicked out of everything. Cognitive
when we see it,
dissonance.
but yeah.
I think
Okay.
something like that.
No, critical,
Right.
something critical to say.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I had to like
Critical
make sure
fact.
there was a distinction.
That's it.
Critical fact. Boom, boom.
That's
right.
it.
I'll make a bunch of this. So I think it's gonna be fun.
Yes.
I think it's gonna be informative as never before, and we were made for this.
We were made for this shit. If anyone has a case study like this that they'd like us to go through, we would love to take it on. Let us know on the back channel. Mela, I know you signed off, but let me know what you want to do in a couple of weeks, and we will definitely delve into it.
Let me know. All right, so that was a great. I learned a
I
lot.
did too,
First
yeah.
of all, I learned a lot about how stupid people can be, and how manipulative people can be, but also how vulnerable. I think more so. I'm not. I know there are evil people that are willing to do that. That doesn't shock
Right.
me. The vulnerability of people shocked me with the Milgram case and this one and the social experiments. Like the cops that pretty much tortured people because they just had the power.
Right.
I believe that power completely corrupts you. So when you don't have much of it, but you just have enough to touch what's good, but you want more of it, you're in a unique space to get.
And I
fucked.
think definitely when you pose yourself as a person of authority, it lets you get away with quite a bit more than if you were just Joe Blow off the street. You know what I mean? You couldn't call and say, "Hey, I'm said customer, and I think this person stole $50 out of my wallet. Go check them out." You'd be like, "Fuck that! Call the police."
I'd be like, "Where's my
Right.
badge? Are you deputizing me?" I think that's the first thing you have to think about. Like, first thing that comes to your mind is like, they don't pay
Right.
you. They don't pay you. And we're like, grocery stores are making us do our own shit, pay for our own shit, carry our own shit. Like, we're just used to doing things on our own just to get it done. This is not one of those
No.
things where
But
like the
again,
cops are
if
not
somebody poses
here.
themselves as an authority figure, like a police officer, I think people are more apt to at least start the process. When things got to the point of cavity search and blowjobs, yeah, I do. Like,
Do you think the caller ever thought, "Holy shit, this idiot really did it"? Now what?
yeah, like, okay, let's think of more things. But when it comes to that,
Time to party.
I mean, I don't know how it got to the point where these poor young kids, again, it wasn't just girls, it was boys too. There was a Wendy's in Massachusetts, or a few Wendy's in Massachusetts that this happened to, and it was male workers that were targeted. So, I mean,
Suck. Okay, take off your clothes. All right, now.
Right.
Take enough.
And I think that's where the
clothes. Okay, now
sodomy
suck his
comes
dick.
through on that one.
Bend over. Bend over.
But seriously, didn't mean to say but seriously.
She goes, but seriously, that's what you did. But seriously,
How does it get there? I just don't understand. If I'm the person on the phone, I'm like, fuck off, you know?
I think we figured it out.
I mean, it is the
It's a-
steps.
it's
It
a-
is, you know, not wanting to be wrong. And
all of that, but also the unique position of being in both, Podunk, Kentucky,
right.
which at first I was thinking, well, everybody, so that they wouldn't do that. No, but even more isolated. Evening,
Mr. R.
Mr. Pantone Black, Mr. R. It's a combination of being unbelievably wrong, but unbelievably committed.
Right.
Being in a small town, not knowing how the outside world works too much, kind of being limited there. Also, a master manipulator on the phone,
Right.
limiting you from getting information like new data to form new thoughts. And if you did have the data, could you form the new thought? And there's so many variables there, and that's why I think it works specifically in those places, because it's like a cult. If you don't know enough,
True. And honestly, one thing that one thing I loved about watching the documentary is the police officer who was a rookie at the time in Kentucky that handled this case. He goes, I found out about this and I was sick. I knew this girl's dad. I knew this girl's mom. I wanted to figure out who the fuck started this, and he made sure that that manager paid. That manager was
Mr. R,
charged. Go ahead.
I was going to ask Mr. R. I wanted Mr. R to be a part of this. I know we're ending it. So, Mr. R, did you watch this documentary?
It was a good one. But that police officer was he went down. So the guy from Massachusetts went down to Florida, and he's the one who questioned him too early and brought the caller. Florida was like, we can't charge him. There's really nothing to charge him on. You have this evidence, but we can't really prove he did all of this, right? And so the Kentucky guy goes, hold on, doesn't mean I can't. So they issued a warrant for him, and then they had him arrest him down there from the warrant in Kentucky for this specific thing. He thought it was a slam dunk case, and again, the guy got acquitted. He had a really good lawyer, to be fair.
If you I'm willing to bet he was white.
Yeah. And they didn't have a whole lot. They had evidence, but not enough to prove. They had the calling cards, but do we, can we prove that? Whatever. And again, it was 2004 or 6 or whatever it was when they finally had the trial. But he was really upset about it, and he was like, "This motherfucker's not getting away. I'm gonna make sure he goes to jail." And he tried his damnedest. And it was nice to see, especially when I'll just say this: a lot of times when a woman or a man is victimized like that, there's a lot of victim blaming. There's a lot of victim blaming that goes on, and especially in a small town, southern, whatever. Good old boys, what did you do to deserve this? Blah blah blah. And it was refreshing to see, especially in 2004, that there was a male officer that believed the female victim. I mean, granted, there was video, but believed her enough to go, "Hey, I'm gonna do this for you." So,
yeah, there are honorable people. There are people who had still chivalry and whatever, and people who actually joined law enforcement.
There's actually,
the protector instead of like the end. Like, what do you want me to do? I'll do anything you say, God.
Right.
All right. So I worship no man. That's why politics and anything, nothing. Police, you got a job. Like, okay, so you applied there and I applied here. Okay, cool. Like, you're not like I get it. You have a special amount of responsibility you have. So, okay.
Right.
So have it. Right. So Donnie says, even if you ask for a badge number, how would you know my badge number isn't 183?
You're right.
Or Officer Jones?
Correct. That's why you hang up and call the actual fucking police.
Well, you don't put that together because you're so confident. You're like, oh, this is Officer Scott.
Right.
From the, whatever, fucking Down the street police department.
In a town of 18,000 people, I don't know. You wouldn't know every fucking police officer, but you, as Donnie said earlier, you would know enough of them that there's probably not an Officer Scott. And let me call one of my buddies that I actually know.
Yeah. What are the chances there's like an Officer Harlan Williamson or something?
Probably pretty good.
Harlan Jenkins the 23rd.
All right, we could talk all night about this.
Sure can. Or I can eat something because I'm on a diet and I'm starving. Fucking starving, Marvin.
Oh.
Yep, I gotta go eat my salads and shit. No Coke. Fuck. The only thing I have left in my life is Coca-Cola.
You can drink Coke Zero is not bad.
I've had plenty of Cokes. It's not what it's just missing something. It's not even too sweet like Diet Coke. It's just missing something right. You know.
Donnie says I looked it up. 4 to 5 on duty and about 15 in a town of that size. So yeah, you would probably know.
There you go.
So thanks, Donnie.
So
I appreciate that.
Officer. Yeah, thanks, Donnie. You know what? You're hired. But stick around. There's a lot of cool changes happening, but like for the better, not for anything.
If you haven't yet, go to the Thought Brokers YouTube page. We need some more subscribers so we can go live there as well. That is the goal. I will get better at downloading these and posting them on our Thought Brokers page on YouTube, and we will be putting out some shorts as well.
We have to, because we have to get some subscribers in order to be able to go live, and then it's like a staircase. Our madness is also a staircase. So if you can help us out there, friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. Like I said, awesome things coming around the bend. More informative, more action packed inside each episode, and so much more structured. And we're not waiting for things to come to us. We are attacking. And if you're not ready for it,
get ready.
Fucking put a diaper on. I don't know. Bring a towel. So we'll see you for episode 9 next week, and look out for some changes being implemented.
We'll see ya.
Oh, Thought Brokers on Telegram, at Thought Brokers on Telegram, open channel. We get to discuss stuff. You get the episode.
Yeah, and you can post what you'd like us to go through next. So
or have a discussion. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. See you next week.
Maybe.
Bye.
Bye.
Yo, turn the microphone up. Yo, check this out. San Miami, NAC, in your sight. That's what I'm talking about. We on the line tonight. It must be Friday night, Check it, right? Thought Brokers on the air. It gotta be Friday night. You know AC and Sam I am. Every take come tight. They come correct with the true crime. Cut through the hype. If you ain't tapped in yet, you behind on sight. They got the news, got the facts. Every angle they glean. Thought Brokers breaking down true crime coats in between. Story veterans, seasoned voices sitting the scene. They've been cooking up these cases for a hot minute clean. If there was trophies for getting lit and still going live, they sweep the whole award show. Every medal, all 5. Buzz brain, sharp take, still the logic survive. They keep it honest, keep it raw, keep the madness alive. And it's not only news, it's the jokes that they choose. Words are hard. 1-star strip clubs, they review the rules. Very passionate rundowns on them toys who can use. Amazon confessionals, pick a product and mute. Alex murder, OJ headlines, Gypsy Rose in the file. Twin flame scammers, Menendez on the case profile. People kidnapped, hoodwinked with a digital smile. Scammed and straight up whack, it's in the docket on trial. It don't matter, the fatter that the storyline stack, the better payoff in the end when they're running it back. They break it down frame by frame, every detail intact. Never slack, never clock out, they stay on the attack. Let's act. Sam I am NAC. Sam I am NAC. That perspective is key. Perfect duo to make you look and actually see all the bad in the world, all the rot underneath. From the killers to the monsters living right down the street. They ain't stuck on pretty phrases. They don't